I'll remind you who Muhammad Ali is. Muhammad Ali is an American professional boxer, one of the most famous boxers in the history of world boxing. He was the light heavyweight champion of the 18 Summer Olympics of 1960 and the world champion in the heavyweight division. He was named Boxer of the Year and Boxer of the Decade by the Ring magazine. He became the second boxer ever to win Sports Illustrated magazine's Sportsman of the Year award. He was named Sportsman of the Century by several sports publications. At the end of his career, he was inducted into the Boxing Hall of Fame and the International Boxing Hall of Fame. And he is also an eloquent speaker. Right now, you'll listen to some of his most outstanding quotes and expressions. God does not put on the man a burden he cannot bear. My toughest battle is with Parkinson's disease. No, it doesn't hurt. It's hard to explain. I am definitely being tested. Will I keep praying? Will I keep my faith? God tests all great people. The sun always shines somewhere. I don't smoke, but I keep carrying a matchbox in my pocket. When my heart slips towards sin, I light a match, put it to my palm, and then I say to myself, Ollie, you can't stand this heat. So how will you stand the unbearable heat of hell? After the Olympics, I went back to Louisville with my shiny gold medal. Walked into a white-only diner. Thought I'd put them in their place. I sat down at a table and wanted to order something. Olympic champion, gold medal. And they say to me, "We don't serve Nigerians." I said, "It's okay. I'm not a beggar." But they threw me out on the street anyway. So I went to the shore, to the Ohio River, and I threw my gold medal in the water. When you're right, nobody remembers it. And when you're wrong, nobody forgets it. Silence is gold if you can't think of a good answer. We don't have much life, and all of it will soon pass, but do something for God, and it will never die. A good thing. That's my mother. When a man's mother dies, it really hurts him. But in time he gets used to it, too. Such is life. It's just a profession. The grass grows. The birds fly. The waves wash the sand. I hit people. The best way to make your dreams come true is to wake up. Comedy is my way of being serious while pretending to be funny. Joke is my way of telling the truth. There is no funnier joke in the world than the truth. And a heavyweight champion of the world can have enough of one woman. I hated every minute of training, but I told myself, don't quit, suffer now and live the rest of your life as a champion. My definition of evil: hostility. Hands work, eyes see. Flutter like a butterfly, pity like a bee. The old stuff in the landfill is no pity. The more we help others, the more we help ourselves. When George Foreman, Esquire, got his title back, it really hit home for me. It also made me want to go back. But then morning came, and it was time to go for a run. I went back to bed and said, fine. I'm the greatest anyway. If you dream of being somebody, you become somebody. Be happy for your kids, even when they don't act the way you'd like them to. When I lit the torch in Atlanta, I wasn't worried. When I spoke to the government, I was worried. Wisdom is knowing when you can't be wise. What I don't understand is war. Worrying about past mistakes all the time is the grossest mistake. I wish I could live to be 100 years old. I can only wish that people would love everyone the way they love me. Then the world would be a better place. Who would I like to meet? The Prophet Muhammad. It's not the mountains ahead you have to climb. It's the pebble in your shoes that gets in your way. I'm fast. I'm very fast. In the bedroom, before I go to sleep, I hit the light switch and manage to get into bed before the light goes out. I'm very fast. Impossible is just a loud word behind which little people hide. It's easier for them to live in a familiar world than to find the strength to change something. Impossible is not a fact. It is only an opinion. Impossible is not a sentence. It's a challenge. Impossible is a chance to prove yourself. Impossible is not forever. Impossible is possible. The more sincere you are, the more false and hypocritical the world around you is. I'd knock him out with the first punch. There are opponents he can bite his ear off. But at the same time, there are also opponents who can bite his head off. Champions aren't made in gyms. It's what's inside a person, desires, dreams, goals that makes a champion. When you're right, no one remembers it. And when you're wrong, nobody forgets it. My conscience doesn't allow me to shoot my brother or people of color or poor hungry people in the dirt for a big, strong America. And kill them for what? They never called me nigger. They didn't lynch me. They didn't poison dogs on me. They didn't take away my nationality. They didn't rape or kill my mother and father. Why kill them? How can I shoot these poor people? Better send me to prison. We cannot be bold without fear. He who is not brave enough to take risks will accomplish nothing in life. If my mind can understand it, and my heart can believe it, then I can achieve it. Don't count the days. Keep counting the days that are left. Whatever your goal is, you can achieve it if only you are willing to work hard. Friendship is the hardest thing in the world to explain. It's not something you learn in school. But if you haven't learned the meaning of friendship, you really haven't learned anything. If you dream that you're going to beat me, you better wake up and apologize. The hardest fight is when you have to fight laziness for happiness. Russia scares me. People on buses look like they're being taken to the electric chair. The more we help others, the more we help ourselves. I was a little nervous when I landed in the USSR. I thought I might see a shabby country with a bunch of dingy people thinking like robots and Secret Service agents bugging my room. I saw a country of 100 nationalities living together in harmony. No guns, no crime, no prostitutes, and no homosexuals. What do you think is missing from modern boxing? Me. We don't have much life, and all of it will soon be gone. But do something for God, and it will never die. I don't have to be what you want me to be. I'm free to be what I want to be. What does it matter what nationality you are? Creature of the Most High. First and foremost, you are a human being. Don't ever dare to forget that. Do not boast of your nationality, for there are no bad or good nations. We are all equal to God. If you were surprised when Nixon resigned, just watch what happens when I beat Foreman behind my back. To be a great champion, you have to believe you're the best. If you're not, pretend you are. A doctor might say that if you're feeling the strain, you better quit. Then your doctor doesn't understand anything, because if you don't strain your muscles, you're not going to get the results you want. You have to run until you can't get it all out. You have to run until your heart almost stops. You have to keep running even when your legs give out. You must run forward and run forward, and only then will you get what you want. Cassius Clay is a slave name. I didn't choose it, and I don't want it. I am Muhammad Ali, a free name. It means beloved of God, and I insist that people use it when people talk to me and about me. No blow, except the sun's, should go unanswered. If you think you are big and strong, tell me how tall you are, so I know how much to step back when you fall. The hardest fight I had to endure was with my first wife. I always say only what I'm sure of. I'm an astronaut in boxing. Joe Louis and Dempsey were just pilots, and I live in my own world. He's too ugly to be a champion. A champion has to be handsome. Like me. Muhammad Ali before his fight with Sonny Liston, for it's hard to be humble being as great as I am. Boxing is about a lot of white people watching two black people beat each other up. Or how do you put it? Wisdom is knowing when you can't be wise. I don't always know what I'm talking about, but I know I'm right. When I lit the torch in Atlanta, I wasn't worried. When I spoke to the government, that's when I was worried. A rooster only screams when he sees the light. Put him in the dark and he will never scream. I saw the light, and I scream. Since I won't let the critics seal my fate. They keep hollering I'm full of hate. But they don't really hurt me none, 'cause I'm doing good and having fun. The greatest victory in life is to rise above the material things that we once valued most. Friendship is a priceless gift that cannot be bought nor sold, but its value is far greater than a mountain made of gold. For gold is cold and lifeless. It can neither see nor hear. In time of trouble it's powerless to cheer. It has no ears to listen, no heart to understand. It cannot bring you comfort or reach out a helping hand. So when you ask God for a gift, be thankful if sends not diamonds, pearls, or riches, but the love of real true friends. I don't count my sit-ups. I only start counting when it starts hurting, because they're the only ones that count. What keeps me going is goals. If you even dream of beating me, you'd better wake up and apologize. To make America the greatest is my goal. So I beat the Russians, and I beat the Pole. And for the USA won the medal of gold. Italians said, "You're greater than the Cassius of old." We like your name, we like your game. So make Rome your home if you will. I said I appreciate your kind hospitality. But the USA is my country still, 'cause they're waiting to welcome me in Louisville. All through my life, I have been tested. My will has been tested. My courage has been tested. My strength has been tested. Now my patience and endurance are being tested. I think Terrell will catch hell at the sound of the bell. He's going around saying that he's a championship fighter. But when he meets me, he falls 20-pound lighter. He thinks that he's the real heavyweight champ, but when he meets me, he'll just be a tramp. Now I'm not saying just to be funny, but I'm fighting Ernie because he needs the money. Archie's been living off the fat of the land. I'm here to give him his pension plan. When you come to the fight, don't block the door, 'cause you'll all go home after round 4. I'm not the greatest. I'm the double greatest. Not only do I knock him out, I pick the round. How do you feel about Hitler sharing yours? Impossible is just a big word thrown around by small men who find it easier to live in the world they've been given than to explore the power they have to change it. Impossible is not a fact. It's an opinion. Impossible is not a declaration. It's a dare. Impossible is potential. Impossible is temporary. Impossible is nothing. For every struggle that Joe survived, for every dispute he endured to rise, Joe will go down in history as a model for champions to come. While Frazier was a man of few words, Ollie was a world of mouth. But he found his place in history. Now his heart can express him well. Joe Frazier was a silent warrior, whom Ollie silently admired. One could not rise without the other. David Frost. What would you like people to think about you when you've gone? Muhammad Ali. I'd like for them to say, he took a few cups of love. He took 1 tablespoon of patience, 1 teaspoon of generosity, 1 pint of kindness. He took 1 quart of laughter, 1 pinch of concern, and then he mixed willingness with happiness. He added lots of faith, and he stirred it up well. Then he spread it over a span of a lifetime, and he served it to each and every deserving person he met. Frazier is so ugly that he should donate his face to the U.S. Bureau of Wildlife. I'm retiring because there are more pleasant things to do than beat up people. My wealth is in my knowledge of self, love, and spirituality. Truly great people in history never wanted to be great for themselves. All they wanted was the chance to do good for others and be close to God. Supermen don't need no seatbelt. Allah is the greatest. I'm just the greatest boxer. I try not to speak about all the charities and people I help, because I believe we can only be truly generous when we expect nothing in return. We can't be brave without fear. Wars of nations are fought to change maps, but wars of poverty are fought to map change. Rivers, ponds, lakes, and streams. They all have different names, but they all contain water. Just as religions do. They all contain truths. It's not bragging if you can back it up. I'm the greatest. I'm a bad man, and I'm pretty. The fight is won or lost far away from the witnesses, behind the lines, in the gym, and out there on the road, long before I dance under those lights. I am the greatest. I said that even before I knew I was. Age is whatever you think it is. You are as old as you think you are. It's a lack of faith that makes people afraid of meeting challenges. And I believe in myself. It's hard to be humble when you're as great as I am. Thank you for watching. Love and good luck to you.